Hello DCPS employees, and welcome to the introduction of the DCPS Property Accountability Policy. This presentation will help you to understand what the new Property Accountability Policy is and what it means to you. DCPS created the Property Accountability Policy because as a public institution, DCPS is entrusted with resources supplied to us by taxpayers and generous donors in order to provide an education for our students. DCPS has tens of millions of dollars worth of property, but until now, we have had no centralized system to help us manage that property. This policy aims to give schools the tools they need to manage these resources wisely and to help each DCPS employee feel a sense of ownership and responsibility for the resources entrusted to them. So what do we mean when we say property? Property is long-lasting equipment that we use in the schools. A few examples include computers and laptops, interactive whiteboards, janitorial equipment, and copiers and printers. The policy outlines a few important principles regarding this property. First, property belongs to the school. This means that if you as a school-based employee transfer to another school during your time at DCPS, school property will not follow you. Your new site will be responsible for providing you with a computer and other classroom equipment. This is the new official policy and supersedes any past instruction. Your principal is ultimately responsible for the property at the school. All principals have assigned at least one property manager to manage the property at the school. They will carry out the day-to-day duties of property accountability. The main tool of property accountability is Destiny Asset Manager, which is pictured here. You may be familiar with Destiny already. DCPS uses it in many school libraries and also to manage textbooks. Destiny will allow us to have a real-time database of every piece of property in DCPS. Each piece of DCPS property will have a barcode on it exactly like the one displayed here. Barcodes help us identify and track each item. Also, just like in a library, barcodes used with Destiny let us check out property to the employee who will be using it. At the beginning of each school year, your property manager will check out your items to you for the school year using Destiny. For a teacher, this may include things like classroom computers or an interactive whiteboard. Once the items are checked out to you, your property manager will print out a page from Destiny similar to the one displayed here. You will sign this document and give it to your property manager. This is an official record that the item is checked out and entrusted to you. After a successful school year, you will return your property or check it in. At this time, your property manager will give you the original signed printout back, signifying that you have returned the property and are no longer responsible for it. We hope to encourage you to be an accountable steward of the property that is entrusted to you. There are a few accountability principles and policies that will help you to do this. First, read the policy. Each DCPS employee is required to read the Property Accountability Policy. Your property manager will have a sheet for you to sign before items are entrusted to you that signifies that you have read and understand the policy. Second, you will need to make your items available upon request. The property may be needed for any reason, such as an inventory or a software upgrade. The likely times when the property manager would need to access your property include the beginning of the school year, the semester break, and the end of the school year. You are required to make the item available at request, even if you have taken it home. Third, if you are not a 12-month employee and would like to use equipment over the summer, you will need to obtain your principal's permission first. The property should only be taken home during the summer with a legitimate business reason. If it is taken home, it must be returned within 5 business days after a request from the principal or property manager. Fourth, you will need to report loss, damage, or theft to your property manager within 24 hours of discovery by email or phone. This will typically prompt an incident report with the Office of School Security and may prompt an investigation by the Metropolitan Police Department. Normally the process will end here, However, in rare circumstances, an investigation may determine that the item was lost, stolen, or damaged due to gross negligence or willful destruction. Examples of gross negligence or willful destruction include intentionally damaging the property, stealing the property, or leaving the property in plain sight in an unsecured location. In instances such as these, the responsible party will have their wages garnished to pay for the lost or damaged item. We hope that nobody is ever charged for property, and expect that this will happen in only the rarest of circumstances. For more information, you can find the full property accountability policy on the Educator portal, or ask your principal or property manager. If you have questions, please contact the Office of the Chief Operating Officer's Central Property Manager by emailing centralpropertymanager@dc.gov. We hope that the new property accountability policy will help DCPS to more wisely manage the many resources entrusted to us, and ultimately to help DCPS provide a quality education to the children of DC. Thank you very much for your time and attention.